Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host there, Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. And I got a cat fur on my face. Thank you, Sadie. So today I figured I'd take a look at EZD6, and I actually purchased this game back in June. Hadn't really had a chance to go over it, but last couple of days I've been sitting around in parking lots with the AC going, waiting on family members with doctor's appointments, and I read my dead free copy of EZD6. And I also read, and this will probably come up in a day or two, Four Against Darkness. So I did a lot of RPG reading the last couple of days. And I'm impressed with both for different reasons. But today is about EZD6. Now, what is EZD6? It's rules light, and some people are going to say, I read some of the reviews, and incomplete. If you think this game is incomplete, then you don't understand OSR gaming. And this is not necessarily an OSR game, but it has some things that remind me of Classic Traveler, for good or bad. I think this is right from the start. I'll say this is a game that should be on your digital or physical or both bookshelves. But I'm looking at the digital copy on screen right now from DM Scotty. Artwork, by the way, spot on. Reminds me a lot of the classic Warhammer art or the old British art. That you would see. So I think it really captures it. And I'm going to go over some things in the contents because I think that that's important. And I think I can do that without ruining what's in the book for you. So, core mechanics. Real simple. D6. How's that? Right? And it's D6 with boons and banes, or more accurately, advantage, disadvantage. You have a target number. Okay. And you're looking to beat that target number. If you have a boon in whatever, melee, then you get to roll 2d6 to beat your target number. And if you have a bane, you have roll 2d6, you take the lower, boon, you take the higher. And if you have neither, you're rolling 1 die. Okay. Karma. Karma is interesting. Karma is something that when you fail at something, you gain karma. And 5 points of karma can buy you a reroll. But a single point of karma can notch one of your dice up by 1. Interesting, right? So there's some, it's a simple game with simple mechanics. Yet there's some strategy tactics involved in how you're going to spend certain points. And is it worth trying to do something you're going to fail at just to get a point or two of karma? Maybe. Time is very hand-wavy. I like that. Players in turn order. Generally, players go first. Unless it's a surprise situation, I guess, or unless they're holding their actions. But that's fine. Magic, it's very hand wavy, but it's in the hands of imaginative players, it's gonna be a lot of fun. In the hands of players that, if your players are those that don't like DCC because it's too wonky, you might have the same players be like, it's too open to interpretation, too open to DM fiat. I'm not saying that I believe that. I am just saying that I can see that argument being made. Health, basically strikes, what they call it. 3 strikes, you're out. Maybe 1 or 2 exceptions that characters start with more strikes. Oh, when I say start with more strikes, they'll also end with more strikes. Because one thing that I should point out up front which when I was running Traveler back in, oh my God, the 80s, the original starter set, your players started out, powerful or not, with whatever skills they had, and they didn't change. Their wealth might change, their influence might change, their equipment might change, but other stuff doesn't change, right? You weren't going to get new skills. You weren't going to get better at anything. Well, here's the caveat with EZD6. What you start with when it comes to what defines your character, and there's not an ability skill list. You don't roll. There's none of that. There's no stats. Okay? There's no stats. But there are hero paths, basically classes, and there's ways to define your class beyond that, or define your character to make it more unique. Certain races have, like elves have night vision, low light vision. Dwarves have underworld vision. But because humans get to choose an extra ability or an extra background feature that the others don't, because they get in that vision. Okay. But looking at this game, EZD6 looks like it would be a blast to run at a gaming convention. You could literally have your players jump into it. You could probably create characters at the table in about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. There's no dice rolling in this stuff. It's all just making some choices and rolling with it. It's very intuitive. However, you don't change. There's no experience points. Yes, you can accumulate magic items. Yes, you can accumulate, I guess, influence, right? But you're not going to get more strikes, right? You're not going to get more hit points. You're not going to get better at what you do. And again, you start out pretty good at what you do anyway. So your group will really, it wouldn't fit my group. It would fit my group if we were going to do a one-off. You know, 1 or 2 sessions of it, like we did with Aliens last year. That was great. We had a lot of fun. But we also knew it was a one-off. This is a convention game that you could run with players who have no idea how the EZD6 system runs. If you did pre-gens, you hand them a character, everything's there. By the way, if your players like shopping lists, there's no shopping list, folks. There isn't one. And again, if you look under rabble rousing, you're the rabble rouser, you're the GM, right? And pushers and shovers are the PCs, but you're the rabble rouser. Long-term rewards. There's no experience points, like I said. You're not going to get better at taking damage. You're not going to get better at beating shit up, but you may get magic items that do such. So depending on how your group is wired, you need to understand how your group's way of thinking is. Like I said, I cannot run this as a campaign with my group. I know that. I know what they'd expect. I know what my players expect, and it wouldn't meet those expectations. But with a different group, or certain, like I said, convention play, I'd love to run this like in North Texas next year. I've already submitted my game for ShireCon in September. And North Texas, I've committed, maybe I need to be committed, to running the fantasy trip. But I could also see myself running some EZD6. A session of each. That would be a blast. It is rules light. It is something that your players will likely enjoy. I just don't. With my group, I don't see a long-term campaign. Could it be done? Certainly. Players played, certain groups played Traveler for years in the same campaign. Awesome stuff. my group back then didn't have that wiring. I guess sometimes you need the carrot, right? My group is wired to need the carrot. I think that a lot of 5e players would find this as an excellent diversion, especially if you're looking to step away from the world of WotC. This is high quality, well done. The PDF is $12.50. I think the hardcover is 25 or so on drive-through. Softcover is a little bit cheaper, like 22. I would say get the hardcover. It comes with the PDF. Really, it's you got your monsters, you got your treasures. The back is full of charts. There's no starting adventure. If you run fantasy games, you don't really. If you run your own, you probably don't need them. But they do offer a book of quests. Again, it's well done. It is very. The art is striking. And here, what is EZD6? It's a game that dropped all the in-game mechanical distractions, yet had enough rules to arbitrate a great story created by everyone at the table. I can certainly see that. I just don't know. I do know. My group, long term, no. But could we do this as a break between game sessions? Somebody wants to take a break from GMing, pull this out for a session or 3. Oh my God, they'd have a blast. Until players that like need level progression don't get there, or improved abilities don't see that. So, if I was going to give this I guess I should do a tankard rating for Tenkar's Tavern, right? It's going to get a mixed rating. I think it's 5 for 5 for campaign play, and if you can find the right group. But even if you don't have a group that would play this long term, it's a short term diversion, it's at least a 4 out of 5. It is really well done, and I think that if you read these rules, you start finding things that you would like to bring into your own OSR campaign. And it's easy enough, I think, to port some stuff out of this. Good investment, good reading. Give it a look. Folks, I'll have a link to the drive-through page for this as a pinned comment. If you do happen to shop using that link, guess what? I make a few coins. The tavern gets supported. I appreciate it. So, folks, on that note, tomorrow night, the Random Party Generator. Bunch of random OSR individuals from my personal gaming group will be on tomorrow night. Live stream, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. Look forward to seeing you there. God bless. Good luck. Later, folks.